Today I'm going to install IronMan 4x4 foam cell shocks on my 4Runner. Currently, right now, I have installed already IronMan 4x4 shocks front and back. I actually requested 2.5-inch lift and they by mistake sent me 3.0 inches lift. Right now there's a 2-inch on the back and 3-inch on the front. I'm running TRD Pro off-road KDSS system. Today I'm going to replace the front one and I will show you how the easy way to install shocks on the KDSS 4Runner. So this is the shocks they actually send it to me here. So the shock is TOY065B S0620. So this is one for driver and one for passenger. So make sure that you are installing on the driver side driver one and passenger side passenger one. So here so the spring actually I installed over here is actually TOY065B, is the same model, but the number over here 50720, and the one they sent it to me, the last numbers are 50620. So let's see how much lift I get. Right now I'm getting 3.1 lift on the driver's side and 2-inch, and it actually make my 4Runner level. So you can see it's pretty level. And I'm okay with that, but I don't like this type of look. I like the factory type of look. So these are the shocks. I will show you how I'm gonna install it the easy way. First, remove the tires. So here you can see this is a 3-inch drop and I have a KDSS system, right? Here, first what we will do, we will remove the shock. We will remove the shock and we will not going to install it. We will install the shock on the passenger side because here is a spring-based hydraulic system. On the driver's side, actually KDSS have a solid axle. So it's not flexible as much as is flexible over here. So this is a stage 1 IronMan 4x4 America suspension system. Now I figured out that after the alignment, I found that it's touching the coil, but during the driving it's not going to touch it because it will lift the vehicle up. So the difference between the other manufacturer and this one, the other one have the reservoir system. You can stiff the ride, you can harder the ride, you can softer the ride with only to dial up the oil reservoir, right? Here is actually the height based on spring. To be very honest, I'm not happy with the ride quality. It's not stiff, it's actually rough ride because the lift I'm seeing is actually based on the spring thickness and tightness. So spring is so tight that's why I'm getting a 3-inch lift. The shock is only 1/2 inch longer than the stock one. And it's a big difference. When I put it in, it's only this thing, upper control arm only come up to this one because the springs are very tight and you can see there's not enough space. As it's impossible you can adjust the height from here because until you compress them, then you will able to use the IronMan or any other tool to adjust them. Otherwise you cannot. So seat height come measure from here to here, which is 8.5 inch. So that's what they recommend. Anyway, so let's start. I will remove this one and then I'm not going to put over here. So what the trick I will do, I will put a little bit grease over here underneath so it can slip here. So I will open this nut bolt to remove the brake line, this one spring, and loose this one, and that's it. These two bolts, these two, and then upper one. These upper one, I will remove these bolts, and this one in a last. I remove this one. So let's see. All right, a little bit spray of TSW. Alright, I'm using this 9/16 tool, right? So do not use machine or any drill machine or any impact driver. Just put here. Wow, that's tight. That's tight. Hold on. Using the rubber hammer. Here we go. Right? Open all of these three. And the rear one is easier too. You can reach easy peasy. Alright, there's a much space. Now we will lose the brake line. I'm using 10 millimeter, I believe. This one. Alright, it's time to remove this one. And now we need some kind of a rope or bungee cord or something. We need to grab this sway bar that is going to the axle. We don't want, why we're gonna tie this one over here, because we don't want axle to come out by any mistake or accident. So I'm gonna find some spot to tie it up. And in this KDSS actually have a hole here. You can use that hole. Alright, let's remove the pin. There's a pin, just squeeze it up, and here you go. Right, put on the side, and I think let's see the size, what size it takes. Okay, that's a perfecto, 3/4, right? So it will be this way. Same way, use the hammer. People that what they do that they take this screw, put it upside down, and hit it on this one. Don't do it. All right, you're gonna break the nut bolt. All is aluminum, so just put a little bit. So we don't want it talking up jerk to come up, and don't worry about it. All right, just use the hammer and use your force. It has to come out because it's tight. It's tightening too much. So the other method is put the jack underneath, and it will pop up. But all right, let's see. There you go. So don't worry about it, all right? Just tight as much as you want. So here you go. And now remove the nut bolt. Okay. I have the machines, impact drivers and all that. I'm not using because this is all aluminum and you need a hand tight everything. All right, the bolt came out and this thing is pop up, and my this rope is holding the axle. All right, Now the big drama is gonna be here. It's gonna be here, okay? So that's the one. What is the size? 3/4, right? 3/4. And what is the size here? Okay, that's 3/4 here too. All right. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Bismillah ki barakat. There you go. So what I'm going to do here, because this shock is longer, right? So it's stretching down on the lower control arm. So the technique I came with, put some grease underneath. By putting the grease over there, it will slip outside. It will come outside easy peasy. Take any nail, bigger one, and push it here. Because this thing is longer and stressing on the upper control arm, it might be a little harder. Oh, that's easy. Because I put a lot of anti-seize last time, that's why. There you go. So what I'm seeing, that I'm not seeing a lot of stress over here because of the KDSS system. This is a hydraulic, so it have ability go down a little bit. The passenger side will not. So passenger side will be the challenge. Let's try like that. Oh yeah. Okay. See? There you go. This is a very heavy shock. I'm struggling right now. It's a very heavy shock. There you go. It's a very heavy shock. Whew! Other than that, there's a very heavy shock. Let me examine anything. It's not damaged. No rubber, nothing, right? Everything is good. So now I'm not installing the shock here right now. I will install the shock on the passenger side. So what I did, that I used this this cable, this whatever you call it, I don't know the name, right? And I pushed the KDSS up. So you see the shock, this shock is going up. So if it is up from passenger side, it will go down. So if this is down here, it will put the passenger side up. So it's very hard to move the shock. So I'm not installing the shocks right now on the driver's side. I'm going to the passenger side right now. You can see here is a solid axle, right? Because I pull it up over there, so it will push this thing down. So it's connected to the lower control arm. So see this KDSS, the sway bar is coming here and it's connected to the upper control arm, right? So it's connected here. That's the screw, right? So that's why I push it up, so it pull it down. That's how I will take this spring out easily. So what I'm going to do, I will open this nut bolt, put some grease underneath, so it will slide it easy peasy. I unscrews up all of the bolts, and I also include this one, and I tied it with the rope over here, and make sure these brick wires are not coming on the way. This is a active tracking sensor something. All right. So the same way we will open this one. I have unscrewed it, and now let's see. Last time this nut bolt gave me a hard time to put it in. Well, let's see this time if I can take this thing out. But I think I have to remove this nut bolt again because this is actually blocking. So I have to unscrew this one as well. So, yep. Oh no, I think so. No, I don't think so. It's better to remove it. This is a steering wheel. So alright, so I actually removed both of the shocks. So I removed, now I'm going to install this one. So make sure it says driver side, passenger side. I'm going to install the passenger side now. Passenger side first. Okay, I'm doing Superman style, but which didn't work because these shocks are heavy. Right. Driver side, very heavy. Okay, there you go. So before taking that out, that's the model number, right? 45710FE. So the difference is here. The one they sent me 3.1, which they advertised 3.0. I think that was 3.5 or something. So I was getting 3.1 after the load, and I told them I don't need 3 inches up because KDSS is limited. 3.0 lift actually require upper control arm and everything. 2.1 doesn't require upper control arm, and is good for the KDSS. Don't go more than 2.5 maximum. So this is side by side. So I already marked them. Passenger, this is, I marked them before. So it says TOY, I think it's a TOY 065B. B is 0 to 110 lb load, extra load you can put on the front bumper. Each suspension, not both of them. So 110 here, 110 there, so total 220, right? And it's actually S, or it's 50620, right? The one they sent it to me, it was 50720. So that's the main problem. So otherwise the height and suspect, like everything is same. So I try to loosen them down to make my ride comfortable or little soft, but I'm not able to because these springs are very, very tight. So I have to use something to spring tool to shrink them, and then I may be able to, but I'm not doing it. So I'm giving a blind shot right now. So they did not dimension on the box that the locking these screws are not tight. Put anti-seize here. This is the best anti-seize. Permatex anti-seize lubricant 80071 is the best one. All right, so take a little bit, put it in, go like this, and 2 screws here. This is the hardest part. Okay, put the up one first, and then here you go. Look, this is aluminum. Never ever machine tight, hand tight, because these rings, you will break these rings. So I'm using a Windex to clean them. not on the ring, here only. As much you put, as good as this. I'll use a thread locker, which is a red thread locker is this one, and this one. The blue is not that strong, the red is very strong. I mean just strong. Alright, so it's gonna go from this side. Where are you, buddy? Oh, yeah. Where are you? There you go. Alright, I have to push it down. Otherwise, you need two people. Oh, I did one mistake. I forgot to bring the plier tool, but I use this. Oh no, oh yeah, okay. Push it up. This is so easy, man. Last time, because I wouldn't know, I struggled too much. There you go. Go, buddy, go. Where's my power it is? So you have to find the hole and then you will push it in. Alright, just a second. It's a very heavy shock. Oh, come on, dog. What the heck? I'm losing the grip. There you go. The mistake I did, I was supposed to put this thing here to level it up. Why it's not going? I have no clue. So finally, I put the screw up. I have to jiggle a little bit up and down to make this straight, and then I put it in. Now what I will do, I will use this one drop of thread, and I put over here and screw it hand tight, little bit hand tight, and I will not going to tight all the way, and because if I tight it over here, it will squeeze when I will on the wheels. So when I will put the wheels back, tires back, and on that load, then I will torque it down. So same thing over here, I will do the same thing. I will use one drop and put it in. On the passenger side, I put it anti-seize here. I screwed tight the steering wheel rod. I screw it tight, hand tight this one. I hand tight the upper one. I'm not putting in because this is actually a droop. So once I will install the driver's side and release the KDSS will push it down, and this thing will come up, and I will easily bolt this one. Alright, I'm struggling a little bit, so I found that I have to remove this side, the drive shaft screw here, and unplug it, and then I will easily put a shock here because this is coming on the way, so I don't have a space to go down, and that will be easy peasy. So I just screwed out this one because I found that the brake line have a lot of stress. So now it's pretty, so I have to remove this one. So now I have to bang it here with the hammer to take this thing up. It's taking time. After banging here, this thing came up, but I put it a lot of DSW here, right? So now I have an all open spot, so I can put the shock easy peasy here, right? The shock is very, very heavy. All right. I added some anti-seize here. And now I mark it down. Go easy peasy up. Maybe need to push the lower control up. Oh, there you go. It goes so easy peasy here. Look at that. No more issues. All right. So now I put a bolt there, and then I put all these bolts. All right. So I'm going to torque it down. I have a specification. I will leave it in a comment. Under the description. This is a Ticton torque wrench. I'm going to tighten this one and the steering wheel, upper and the lower arm, the nut bolt that I open, I will tighten according to specification when this one on the wheel, right? So this one, it says 81 feet of torque. So this is feet of LB torque, and this is something else, MN. So I'm going to loose this nut, screw it, lose it, go and 81, and when I will go to 80, so now I'm on 80, right? This is 80 and this is 81, and lock it. One is too much. There you go, 81. And so this gonna be 100 feet of torque, but I don't think so I can get 100. I will put it on 90. Other specifications, some people say 135. I don't know, it is impossible from here, this location, to you can put 135. 100 is impossible. So I will try a 95 feet of pound of torque. Alright, I did measurement on the passenger side, which is 55 centimeter, and this is the driver side. I actually took a measurement from here. You can take from the center or from here to the fender. So I took it from here, and I'm getting 55.5, almost 55.5, and I'm getting the same ride. I'm getting the same lift, 3.1 inches. My ride quality is little better, 5% better than before because of that spring type, but still I'm getting 3.1 inches lift, which is not recommended with the company's upper control arm, with the stock upper control arm. And I will contact IronMan and see what they say, but this is all I have. So this is it.